Welcome to the Everyday Mom Challenge. This is an episode of celebration because we are celebrating 7 days without pouting. This one right here. He's on 7 days. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have a huge pet peeve about pouting. And I've been counting down days of him being pout free because this is a huge milestone in a child's development. I truly believe that I should have done this with Solomon because then, I could have had a marker. And I do know that all children are different and we shouldn't compare, but I just know that there was a day where Solomon had this epiphany, I guess, that pouting wasn't the way to go. And he stopped. And he was younger, but I can't tell you the age. I was like, I forgot. I didn't write it down. So with Sam, we're documenting that he is 8 years old. He just turned 8 in August, and he's over pouting. I do believe when you have consistent days without the pouting for a week, then I do believe that we have had this breakthrough. And we've talked about, reasons why kids pout. So, Sam, tell them what your thoughts are about why kids pout.
Because some want attention, some don't get their way, and some just be mad and they just want to pout to get it over with.
So these were Sam's top 3 reasons why he felt that kids in general pout. And yeah, I've been looking online because it was my pet peeve. It was something I knew I needed to work on with Sam too, just to get him, more emotionally stable and mature and able to handle situations more effectively with communicating effectively instead of just outburst. I was doing a lot of research about the reasons why children pout, and those were always the ones that were coming up too. Exactly what this little one said. He needs to write a paper, huh? So I asked him, "What do you think was your trigger?" And he didn't understand what I meant by trigger. He was thinking of like gun trigger, but I explained to him that every kid has triggers, or every kid has these.
I said figure trigger.
Yeah. Like. And he said he felt like it was when he would get mad about something, or if something was too much on him, like from different angles and different sides. And I think about like in the adult world, like when we have things that are not going our way and it seems like a snowball effect. Like, have you ever seen those Facebook memes where it says, just give me a coloring book and crayons, let me go sit and hide under a blanket and make it all better? Sometimes I think maybe with kids too, it's almost like they can have that snowball effect. So it's our job to catch those moments and just not make it, become escalated. Let's not exacerbate the situation either. And I have found, like with Sam, it's the removal and not the removal of let's go get a spanking, but it's the removal of let's go talk about it. So as soon as I would feel that tension level start to rise, it would be removal. And the signals that has been working so well in our family time and in our social situations and out in public. So I would truly encourage you to continue that, because I can't say like if that was the one thing that was effective, that had the turning point for us as far as the no pouting zone. But I do think that the removal and that communication of, let's talk this out and give him some time, and not time out either, because it's not let's go to your room so you can think about it. It's let's him and I take a walk. Let's remove ourselves and let us say what's going on. Let's talk about it. Let's clear it up. And I do believe having Solomon, his older brother, as such a positive influence, as such a positive role model to him, also has been in the process of his, breaking free from the pout zone. Because I don't know about you guys, but me and pouting, it's like I can only.
What fish I got.
I see it's a perch. I can only take like that much of the pouting, And then my mood would start to change, and I could feel it. Like I would start to lose patience. I would start just feeling so much tension. Pouting, kids don't realize it, or maybe I'm wrong, but for me, I'm speaking from my personal experience, but pouting changes the mood of the room. It makes other people around uncomfortable. It makes them, start probably talking things in their head about what's going on, with this child, and it's embarrassing. It's just a whole dark cloud. When a kid decides to pout, how does it feel when you would pout, Sam, emotionally to you? Like, what did it feel like when you would be pouting? Do you remember? It was so far away. Do you remember? Show them how your little hands used to do your little hands. Show them.
It still doesn't.
That's when you're sleepy. But show them how you used to do when you would pout and you would clench those fists up. You remember when you would do that? And he'd shake his little fist beside him. Solomon, do you remember that? When he
I used to do this.
Yeah, you see that look? Does that look positive or negative?
Negative.
Yeah, what do you look like right now, though? Yep,
Good,
there you go. Good, you do. See, he's now associated, the signals. I do believe that if you're going through the pout phase, just have faith to know that prayer does work through this. Tell them how many times we would stop and pray the situation.
15 million times.
And what kind of prayers would we say? Do you remember some of the things that we would ask God for when we would pray? What would it be?
Please, God, can you please let me stop? Please forgive me. Amen.
We would talk about, stopping the pouting, removing the anger, letting go of, the feelings that he had. So I do believe that the prayer time in our pull away, like I said, I did not have it as a timeout or a removal by himself. It was for me and him to discuss the situation. That way I could... FISH. That way I could figure out like what was going on with him. And to give him some tools of calming down, and of course was prayer, but just to give him that outlet, because a lot of times I really think that a kid just wants to talk it out, say what's on their mind. And if you give your child a voice and let them know that their voice matters in the situation, do you feel like mommy thinks about what you have to say is important?
Do you?
Of course I do. That's why we would go and talk about it, right? And then sometimes he'd be like, "Are you going to spank me? You're going to spank me?" But spanking was not the first. That was not the first resort. It was let's try to talk it through first. So I'm going to be praying for you. Sam, tell all those kids out there that they can make it.
You can.
What helped you break through? What was stuff that helped you get over your pouting since it's on the 7th day? Can you think of things that helped you stop?
I just stopped.
So you have control over that. So that means that today...
Just take a deep breath and you stop.
You took a deep breath and stopped? Like today I felt like we're on the verge of a pouting. You remember when we might have been on the verge of a pout today?
I didn't.
But you didn't. Why? Why?
Because I stopped.
We went to the gym and he wasn't allowed to be on the machines, and he couldn't get in the pool, and he had to wait patiently and tell him what he did.
Help Mama.
He helped me be my trainer, and he was counting down on his he was helping me with the machines, and he was doing the timer in the gym, and you were making me laugh.
You remember photo booth?
And he was playing silly photo booth while we were on the machines, and he's doing it now on his tablet. So he learned ways to entertain himself and me. Oh, I can wave at that one too. So I'm just very proud of him. So I just want to tell you guys just to hold on, because he's 8, and it's finally had a breakthrough, and I wondered when was it going to come, and I felt like you know, he should have already been past that stage, but just glad to know that it's happened now. So we're celebrating. Give me sugars. Give me sugars, Joe. All right. All right. So from my family to yours, say a prayer for us, and we'll be praying for you. All right.
Bye.
Bye.